Just for 6 weeks by the Civil Aviation Authority on safety concerns. Yesterday, Tiger relaunched in a way services from Sydney offering fares as low as $10. Andrew David is the Tiger Airways CEO and he's been tasked with bringing Tiger back to life, if you like. Andrew, thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, Kath.
What do you say to people who are still too scared to fly Tiger after all those headlines a year ago that you were grounded on safety concerns?
We've worked very, very hard and long and diligently with CASA, the Civil Aviation Authority, to address the concerns that they raised. We've got the youngest fleet of aircraft in the country. The average age of our aircraft is 3 years. We've got very, very experienced pilots. The average hours, our pilots have done about 10,000 hours of flying. Some of our captains have done as many as 20,000 hours and more. We're supported by a Singapore Airlines engineering team. They're Australian engineers based here in Sydney and Melbourne. So we've been flying since the grounding almost 10 months. We've carried more than 1 million people with us, flown with us. So, look, I'm absolutely clear that we are safe. The head of CASA has come out and said that he would fly with Tiger. He would take his family with Tiger. And CASA came out as recently as yesterday and endorsed Tiger as being safe. So I'm not sure I can say much more than that.
As safe as Qantas?
As safe as any other airline that's operating in this country. We all operate under the same regulations. We all have to abide by the same rules. And we are doing that, and so is everybody else.
Okay.
So, yes, we're as safe as anybody else in this country.
Okay, fabulous. Yesterday, you launched $10 fares. Yes. They were your lowest ones. I mean, these are very attractive fares for travellers. Where do you think, in the more medium term, will prices settle?
Look, we can't make $10 fares, put $10 of fares on sale every day of the week, obviously. We had 10,000 $10 fares on sale, Sydney, Melbourne yesterday. We had $30 fares up to the Gold Coast, $40 fares to Brisbane. I think we even had an $80 fare Melbourne, Perth. They're obviously headline grabbers, but our whole model is about low fares. So you can expect to get regularly fares from us below $100. You will find fares with us every day of the week below $100.
So how do you remain viable? And I think a lot of people would also say, if the fares are this cheap, are they skimping costs elsewhere?
No, look, absolutely. The key with our model is three things. One, we've taken all the other added extras out, like lounges, all those things.
Business class.
Business class.
That's Paul's issue.
And so Paul's got an issue. Well, there's other carriers for Paul. But
yes.
Look, there's plenty of people that just want a seat only. So you can fly with us for $40 or $50 from here to Melbourne. If you want to check a bag in, it's $15 to check a bag in. If you want a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, you'll pay for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. But the fact is, you're probably going to pay less to fly with us than you paid for your taxi out to the airport.
Yes.
And your taxi driver will not give you a free cup of tea or a cup of coffee.
No.
So you won't get that with us.
No. So you've been operating in Australia for 5 years, is that right?
4 years in total, that's right.
4 years, yes. Operating at a loss. At some stage, you do need to turn a profit, don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Look, our shareholders are no different to any other shareholders. They expect to see light at the end of the tunnel. They want profit, but they're also long-term investors. They believe in the model. They believe that this marketplace needs an operator like Tiger, who is low fares orientated and focused on giving the average Australian a fair go.
OK, you copped a bit of a bad rap on time, being on time, but in fact that's not quite right, because since the grounding, you've been the most on-time airline?
That's absolutely right. For the last 10 months, we've led the industry in terms of the best on-time performance. And that's one of the things we've focused on, because when you need to get people's confidence back, you've got to do the basics right. And that's what we've focused on. That's what we continue to focus on.
OK, well, look forward to the promo deals coming out. I'm a big believer in value for money, and it sounds like you've got some coming.
I look forward to seeing you on our flights. Possibly not Paul, but I certainly look forward to seeing you on board.
Absolutely, me and my family. Andrew David, thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure.
You'll never see me again, Andrew.
I wouldn't worry so much about that.
I was just looking at the way you were sitting, Andrew. Shouldn't you adopt the Tiger sitting position? Which is like this.
What do you mean? Oh, that's not true. Have you ever flown them?
Can I buy a cup of tea? Oh, if I could just...
That's just, it's part of his game.
What can you say? I mean, the best thing, what you can say is at least your customers won't have to put up with the likes of me on the plane.
Well, there you go.
So there's a huge advantage.
And more money to spend on the ground when you get to where you're going.
Absolutely.
And I've got to say, one of the most important things with airlines is that you run on time. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
You know, by golly, Jetstar could take a leaf out of your book. Has a Jetstar flight ever left on time?
I'm sure it has. For me,
Phone the Henry hotline if you've ever been on one that's left on time.
Yeah, to me, the most important thing is safety. And to have those safety concerns cleared up, then I'm happy.
Yep. Well, that's good. That's good. All right, coming up, Youth Parliament.
Yes.
Youth Parliament, what is it?
Yes.
Why is it? Any point or not?